So at Projection Hub, our primary focus is to help you create financial projections for potential investors and lenders. But because my background is in SBA lending, I spent 10 years as an executive director of an SBA lender, where during my time there, we made over 1,500 SBA loans and to all sorts of different industries and businesses. And so during that time, I reviewed personally every single loan that got approved during my time there and in my role. So I had a lot of experience looking at SBA loans, and really that time as an SBA lender is what drove me to start Projection Hub, trying to help our clients that were applying for an SBA loan be able to create financial projections. But kind of fast forwarding to today, we do help a lot of clients with projections, and they are applying for an SBA loan, and they ask for some guidance or some help and just some advice on what to look for in an SBA lender, how to prepare well, and really whether I think their deal makes sense based on my experience. And so I thought we'd just formalize this a little bit better, because a lot of times when somebody asks me, what do you think about my deal? A lot of times all I have are their projections. And that is a big piece of the puzzle, but it's only part of the story. There's a whole lot more, especially for a startup in particular. There's a whole lot more that we really need to know in order to understand your likelihood of getting approved for an SBA loan and really what SBA lender would make a good fit for you. And so I thought we would just put together a little form here where we can ask some additional questions, and we're going to put a link in the description of this video below. So if you're on YouTube, you can grab that link and fill out that form, and that'll come to me, and I'll be able to review the information that you provided, and you can submit attachments. So if you want to send me your historical financials, or you want to send me your projections or your business plan, I'll take a look at whatever you submit in terms of documents, as well as the information that we asked for in the form, just to get a better idea of the overall scope of this business and what you're looking for in a loan. And then I'll just give you my honest assessment based on looking at a couple thousand loans over the last decade. And so I'll record a quick video similar to this where I will, give you my feedback. And then I'm also going to try to point you in the direction of a lender, an SBA lender in your area that I think might be the best place to start. So you can waste a whole lot of time going to an SBA lender that doesn't lend in your industry, that doesn't really do much lending at all, but maybe that's where you have your deposit accounts, and so that's where you started your journey. But you may end up wasting a lot of time that way. And so I'm going to show you a tool here real quick that I'm going to use in my review and kind of feedback for you. So let me show you this tool that we've created here. Okay, so this is our SBA Loan Data kind of Analyzer tool. And what we did is we took the publicly available SBA loan data. The SBA publishes their data and makes it publicly available. And so we took about the last 5 years worth of SBA loan data and got it organized into this tool where we can sort and filter by a bunch of different things. So once you give me some more information about your particular deal, I'm gonna, let's say you are in the state of California. And so I want to see, okay, which lenders do the most lending in California? So we see right off the bat, US Bank is kind of the top SBA lender in California. Now, when we didn't have California selected, we see US Bank was actually third, right? So you might, just right off the bat, you might be thinking, I should go to Huntington because they do the most SBA lending, but not in the state of California. So really where you're located matters. And so I'm going to be able to select that and where you're located. And then probably even more than where you're located, your industry and your stage of business matter. And so we will also be able to look at your industry. So let's say US Bank is number one in California right now, but let's look at car washes. We just want to look at kind of a specialty niche here. Okay, now we see US Bank's now 9th on the list. So it made a big difference. We have PCB Bank, Celtic Bank, Open Bank. So these lenders maybe have more of an interest in car wash businesses, for example. And now one more thing that's going to make a big difference here is your business age. So if this is a startup versus you have change of ownership here, which means an acquisition, or a existing business that's already been operating, those parameters are going to make a big difference here as well. So let's look at startups here. in the state of California for car washes. So now it changes again. Now we look at Summit State Bank as the top lender. Let's get rid of the industry here just to see the differences here. So if we look at just startups in the state of California, we see CDC Small Business Finance, by far the top SBA lender for startups in the state of California. So again, just going through this process makes a big difference. You're going to end up talking to probably a completely different set of banks depending on these parameters. And let's also look at acquisition loans. So this change of ownership, I'm going to select and see how that changes. So again, now we see Live Oak Banking Company is the top of the list. Live Oak is known for their acquisition lending. They specialize in SBA acquisition loans. And so again, you can see how this constantly changes. So what my hope is that you'll fill out this form and give me a bit more information, more than just your projections. Since usually I'm just getting those projections, I'm like, I don't really know how, I can't really help you too much. I need to know some more to really be able to give you some good, honest feedback. So give me a little bit more information by filling out this form. Then my commitment to you will be to review what you sent me, make a video that gives you some feedback and show you which lender, or go through this process for you based on your information, and find a list of lenders that look like they could be a good fit for you to talk to. This is just based on SBA data, just publicly available SBA data. I have no relationships with any of these lenders, right? So this is just a data-driven approach to trying to help you find an SBA lender that could be useful for you. So if you think that could be helpful to you, go ahead and grab that link in the description of the video below, fill out the form, and that'll come to me. And unless you all blow up my inbox with a whole bunch of requests, my hope would be to get this back to you within a business day or so of submission. So that would be the goal here. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@projectionhub.com or leave us a comment in the comment section of the video below. Thanks.